Today we're going to talk about 2018 AMC 10A Problem 12. It says, how many ordered pairs of real numbers x, y satisfy the following systems of equations? X plus 3y equals 3, the absolute value of x minus the absolute value of y equals 1, and there are 5 options A, B, C, D, E. So this problem is not hard if you think about it in the right way, if you do the right things, but it's a trick question if you just solve it like head on. So basically one thing you can do is to draw a graph, but I'm not going to do that here since I'm on an electronic device, so it's kind of hard to draw a graph. I'm just going to use casework. So for absolute values, the first thing you think about is casework if you can't draw a graph or if you don't know what the graph looks like. So there's like 3 absolute values here. So what are the few cases for this equation on the left hand side of this equation? So if x and y are both positive, then it's x minus y, absolute value, right? If that's positive, this is case 1. So this is case 1 for the left hand side of this equation. If x and y are both positive and x is larger or equal to y. Okay, so in this case then our equations would be, so x plus 3y equals 3 and x minus y equals 1. And then the second case is that both x and y are positive, so it's absolute value of x and y, but this value is negative, so we have to flip this over. So it becomes y minus x equals 1. And then the third case is that, so basically the third case is that x is negative. So if x is negative, this is going to be negative x minus y. So we assume that y is positive. So x is negative, so this is positive and this is negative. So we want to see which value is larger. Is negative x larger or is y larger? Let's just say that negative x is larger. If negative x is larger, this whole thing is going to be positive. So the value is just negative x minus y equals 1. What about case number 4? Case number 4 is, you can say negative x minus y is a negative value, so we have to flip all the signs. So that's just x plus y equals 1. Are there any more cases? Let's take another look. So let me just erase this first. So what about y being negative? Then essentially, and x being positive. Then we have x minus y, which is just x plus y, which is definitely positive. So we don't need the absolute value. So it's just x plus y equals 1. So that's just case 4. Now what about both of these values being negative? Then we have negative x minus negative y equals 1, which is just negative x plus y equals 1. If this is positive, then that's just case 2. If this is negative, then that's just case 1. So no, there's no more cases here because we've already thought about x being negative, y being negative, both being negative, and also the positive cases of this. So we have 4 cases, and we have this equation also to use. Let's start. So firstly, case 1, x minus y equals 1. Okay, so what does this mean? This tells us that x equals y plus 1. If we plug this into this equation, we know that y plus 1 plus 3y equals 3. So this tells us that 4y equals 2, or y equals 1/2. Since y is 1/2, what's x? X is 1/2 plus 1, which is just 3 over 2. Now what about y minus x equals 1 with this equation? This tells us that y equals x plus 1. So we have x plus 3x plus 3 equals 3. Meaning that 4x equals 0. So x is 0. And y is 0 plus 1, which is just 1. Now what about negative x minus y equals 1? This tells us that, so firstly this tells us that negative x equals y plus 1. So if we times both sides by negative, we know that x equals 1 minus y. x equals y minus 1. negative 1. So x equals 1, so minus x equals 1 plus y. So this means that actual positive x equals negative 1 minus y. So how do we use this? Then just plug it in. Negative 1 minus y plus 3y equals 3. So we know that 2y equals 2y equals 4. So y is 2. And x is negative 1 minus 2, which is just negative 3. Okay, and we also have the last case, x plus y equals 1. So x is just 1 minus y, so we can plug that in. 1 minus y plus 3y equals 3, meaning that 2y equals 2, so y equals 1. So what's x then? Well, x equals 1 minus 1, which is just 0. So we have 4 solutions, so the answer is 4. Well, no, the answer is not 4, because notice that our solutions, which I'm underlining right now in blue, 2 of them overlap. This is 0, 1. This is 0, 1. They're the same, so they're not 2 different solutions. They're 1 solution. So there's only 3 solutions in total, so our answer is 3. Now, how do we know that it's not 4, it's not 8? How do we know that? Because we've already done every single case that we can think of, and there's no other case unless you don't consider real numbers, and unless this question doesn't say real numbers, and you can consider non-real numbers, like imaginary numbers. So thanks for watching. Bye.